Let me start off with a story today. After a long day at work, John Seneff was on his way home from the USA Today headquarters when he got on the interstate and out of nowhere was hit from behind. But this wasn't just a simple bump from behind. The driver never even hit their brakes because they didn't even see him. That's because the driver, a teenage girl, was texting and driving. Now, while Seneff and the girl were both okay, this isn't the case for most accidents that occur because of distracted driving. In fact, in the case of David Riggs, who was hit on his scooter by a distracted driver, he didn't survive the injuries. And as his brother Matthew can attest, David's life was not worth that text message. And I think we can all agree that no life is worth less than a text. Texting and driving and distracted driving as a whole causes unnecessary accidents, and in some cases, deaths that could have easily been avoided. Now, today I'm going to explain further the costs and details of distracted driving. I'm also going to explain what you can do to stop it from happening in the future. Now, some of you might not think that texting and driving is common, but you're wrong. A study that was recently done by the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, discovered that 31% of those surveyed admitted to texting and driving within the last 30 days. That's almost 1/3 of people driving distracted, not giving their full attention to what's happening on the road in front of them. Now, if that doesn't scream accident waiting to happen, then listen to this. According to Tim Stewart, Executive Director of the OTA, using a cell phone while driving is a cognitive distraction that can result in up to 50% of their driving environment not even paying attention to that. Because of that, a study done by the Illinois State Police reported that the use of a cell phone while driving increases your chances of getting into an accident by 400%, and texting while driving makes you 23 times more likely to get into a crash. With those numbers, it's hard to say that it's okay to text and drive, but listen to this. According to a study done by Dr. Alvaro Ferdinand, in states that have bans on texting and driving, there is a 3% decrease in traffic fatalities. That is roughly 19 deaths a year per state, and countless non-fatal accidents that are avoided. But sadly, there are not laws preventing everyone from texting and driving. Some states are still behind and only have rules for minors that are driving, or don't have rules at all against it. But here's what you can do. Now that you know more about the issue, let's talk about the ways of solving the problem and how to keep yourself out of distracted driving accidents. Number 1, put your phone down. Answer those texts whenever you're off the road, or just limit your texting to whenever you're stopped at a light, or just completely stop in traffic. Number 2, go hands-free. Many cars nowadays have built-in hands-free software to allow you to call or text without your hands getting off of the steering wheel. Also, many phones themselves have features like Siri, where you can talk to them and send the text via telling them what to do. Number 3, pass it off. If you're driving with the passenger, hand them the phone. They can send the text for you. Now, while these might be ways to keep you from causing an accident while being distracted, here are some ways to stop others. Number 1, use your vote. Vote for laws that prohibit texting and driving. Sadly, it is legal in some parts of the country to text and drive, which is costing more in damages and lives than honestly is really acceptable. Number 2, take part in AT&T's pledge to stop texting and driving. Join artists like Tim McGraw, Demi Lovato, and OneRepublic to stop texting and driving. Also tell your friends and colleagues and family members about the program to get them to pledge to stop texting and driving too. Now, distracted driving takes too much from us. It takes our money to fix the damages, it takes our time to deal with the accident, and it takes lives that shouldn't have been ended when they were. So hopefully today, you have learned enough about texting and driving to keep you from participating in it anymore. So I'll leave you with these words. Stay safe, put the phone down, and help others avoid making a mistake that will haunt them for the rest of their lives.